For some Washington, D.C. residents, the new baseball stadium represents more than just a day at the game and a hot dog. It's a sign of a changing city.
There were 9 properties that were seized by eminent domain, so they were sort of kicked out of their houses or stores so that they could put in the baseball stadium.
Maria Paz Galarce may look young, but her opinions are very mature.
It all does beautify the neighborhood, but also skyrockets all the different rents in the neighborhoods for the different houses and stores and everything, so some people can't afford being there anymore.
The 14-year-old won an award for a speech about gentrification, specifically focusing on the new stadium recently built in the nation's capital. Gentrification is a controversial issue that many areas are dealing with.
You have higher income households moving into lower income neighborhoods, and that generally brings with it increased investment, so home renovations, for example. Following upon that, then you often have increased home prices, so subsequent home sales are listed at a higher price, and then also rent levels can go up.
Maria's mother, Patricia, shares the same opinion as her daughter. As a principal at a school in downtown D.C., she sees how gentrification affects her student population.
So the people, or at least the children at school, have been slowly but surely being pushed out of the neighborhood.
Besides residents feeling the push, Maria says small businesses can also suffer from the raising rents and corporate competition.
They're getting rid of different stores and how they've been there since they were like just starting, and they were like through generations of families and how they know the people that live in the neighborhood.
Cities around the U.S. are drastically changing because of gentrification. Maria and Patricia say big chain stores like this Target take some of the character and culture away from neighborhoods, but others say it brings a sense of safety and security.
If you have higher income households who have certain expectations for, say, city services, and if those city services haven't quite been meeting those expectations, there might be increased demand for better city services, which would then benefit the neighborhood.
Both Maria and Patricia see the value of safety, but they say there's a better way of achieving it.
I think that we want the city to be beautiful. I mean, it's the nation's capital, and we want, things are going to change, and so we want to have a say in change. However, there are ways we can make the city safe and still hold on to the history and the culture.
Levy says there's a way that change and culture can live in harmony.
If there are efforts to support businesses, and that can be done through offering seminars on how to reach out to a new consumer base, for example, or it can be efforts more in terms of looking at the tax burden that might be increasing because of the Targets and other such stores moving in.
To prevent displacement, Levy says it's up to the municipalities to help out the residents.
Retaining existing affordable housing as well as efforts to produce new housing.
Maria says a compromise is important.
Well, at first you would want to move into a neighborhood that was safe for your kids to be in, but it also needs to be affordable, and it needs to have diversity in the neighborhood.
Patricia agrees and believes it's a very important part of raising her children.
I want them to have friends from all over the world. I want them to be comfortable in any environment. I want them to be exposed to all different kinds of cultures and ways of living.
For UPI.com, I'm Rebecca Field.